What's going on, UFC fans? We have UFC 317 going down this week. We got a lot of events going on Saturday. If you watch my previous video, we got WWE Night of Champions going on this week. We got boxing going on this week. I forgot to mention that. Actually, I'll mention that right before I get into the UFC card. And we have UFC 317 going on this week. Just to be brief on boxing, because if y'all been tuning into my podcast, I'm a big Deontay Wilder fan. He done took some bad beatings these last couple of years, and he's really on a decline because pretty much everybody figured out he was a one-trick pony, and you kind of figured once he started fighting better competition that it'd be easier to expose him. And in his head, he still believes he can fight, man. So I'm gonna keep rooting for him, but he's fighting some unranked guy this week, so I didn't even bring it up because I couldn't even think of what the man's name was. I've never heard of him, but it's a confident booster for him. Wilder will be fighting this Saturday. I want to say it's either on DAZN. I'm pretty sure it's on DAZN. I don't think it's on ESPN Plus, but he'll be fighting this week. This will be his first fight back since he fought Big Bang Zane. I expect him to win by knockout. He said that recently he hasn't been his best because he wasn't focused. He fired his trainer, Malik Scott, I want to say, and he just feels like he still got a little bit more in the tank. So I'll be pulling for him this week. Obviously, I want him to win by knockout. That's the only way you're going to prove yourself. But then again, you're fighting somebody unranked, so I don't expect him to lose this fight. However, if he does lose this fight, he needs to announce his retirement. If he has to fight another ranked guy after this fight, he needs to go ahead and get it out the way and just give it his all and just retire because he's had a hell of a career. He's been the heavyweight champion. He came for nothing. I know some of y'all know his background story. He just told his daughter when she was young that he wanted to be a champion, and he was able to accomplish that. You don't have to keep forcing yourself to fight just to prove these negative fans that you're what you expect, what you think you are. Time passes, man. Father time comes, and some people just can't fight to the end like they expect them to. Everybody's not going to be Floyd Mayweather, finish their career undefeated, or get your rematch and beat that person that already beat you. You know, so I just want to salute Deontay Wilder for continuing to fight and live his dream as a boxer. So I expect him to win this fight. I also know Holly Holmes is fighting this week. This will be her first boxing match in quite some time. I expect her to win. And then the other fight this week is Jake Paul versus Julio Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. has been a very big disappointment, following his father's legacy, being one of the greatest boxers of all time. Just for you to be his seed and not take boxing serious is crazy. Taking this fight with Jake Paul is obviously a money grab. Everybody's going to tune in because also Chavez, look, if I lose to this YouTube boxer, I'm retiring. It's no need for me to fight no more. So I expect Chavez to bring his best game, but I can see Jake Paul winning this fight. So, and it has to be by knockout. He got to knock him out and make Chavez retire because Chavez has been a big disappointment for all my boxing fans out there. Anyways, let's get into this UFC 317 card. I want to get into the prelims right quick. We have, excuse me for some of these names, because some of these names is like real life crazy. We got Borshev, he's 8-5-1. This is lightweight division versus Terrence McKinney. I like McKinney, but he one of those aggressive fighters that gets too aggressive and he ends up getting caught. He's put on some devastating knockouts, and he's also been on the other end of getting knocked smooth out. I'm gonna go with him to win this fight. I'm gonna go with Terrence McKinney to win this fight. Next fight is Vivian Arajo, 13-6 versus Tracy Cortez in the flyweight division. Tracy Cortez is 11-2. I'm gonna go with Tracy Cortez to win by decision. Next fight is featherweight Hyder Emil, 11-0 versus Jose Delgado, 9-1 featherweight. I'm not too familiar with these two fighters. If any, I'll go with the undefeated guy, Hyder Emil, for this one. Main event on the prelims is Gregory Rodriguez. He is 16-6 in the middleweight division versus Jack Hermanson, 24-8. I'm gonna go with the RoboCop guy. His nickname is RoboCop. He actually came down from heavyweight. I think he fought a couple fights at heavyweight. So coming back down to middleweight, I believe he's gonna have more power to put Jack out. So I'm gonna go with Gregory Rodriguez to win this fight in middleweight. Main card, we got Felipe Lima 14-1 versus Patton Tabit 9-1 in the bantamweight division. I'm not too familiar with these two fighters either. If I had to take a pick, I would go with Lima because he just looks like one of those wrestling type of guys. So I expect him to get a couple takedowns, maybe 2 or 3 takedowns, and the win by decision. We have Benil Dervish 22-6-1 versus Renato Macchiano 26-1. This is in the lightweight division. I'm gonna go with Benil Darish to win this matchup. He's just one of my favorite fighters in that lightweight division, so I'm gonna rock with him. Next fight is Brandon Royale. He is 17-7 versus Joshua Van. This is the flyweight division. Joshua Van is 14-2. He's coming in on a short notice. He just fought like 2 or 3 weeks ago and knocked somebody out. Brandon Royal was just currently the number 2 or maybe 1 for that flyweight title, and he ended up losing. But Joshua Van looked good, man. He looked like a legit boxer. If he keeps this fight on his feet, he will demolish Brandon Royale, and that should bump him up to being a ranked fighter. So I'm gonna go with Joshua Van, the new guy, because I haven't seen many fights from him, but I was very impressed with this last fight he fought. Co-main event, we have the flyweight title on the line. Alexandre Pantoja, 29-5 versus Kai Kara France, 25-11. Pantoja, I think he gonna knock out Kara France because he just seems so much smaller in this division. Even like with him being lightweight, he just looks like real small. He looks too small for that division. I'm gonna go with the champ to retain. And then the main event, we have Ilia Topuria, 16-0 versus Charles Oliveira, 35-10. This is for the lightweight title. As much as I like Oliveira, what I've seen Ilia do to everybody that they done put in his way, including the way that he just demolished Max Holloway. I believe Ilia will be able to retain. He should be able to knock Oliveira out. Now, if this fight goes to the ground, no, Charles Oliveira is one of the, if not the best submission artists in UFC or possibly MMA history. He's gonna end up choking out Ilia. But I just don't see that happening. I think they're gonna keep it on the feet, and Ilia is gonna be able to pull this win off. So my predictions for UFC 317 is I'm gonna go where it go. I'm gonna go Terrence McKinney to win, Tracy Cortez, Hyder Emil, Gregory Rodriguez. Then over on the main card, my final predictions are who did I say? Felipe Lima, Benil Dervish, Joshua Van, Alexandre Pantoja, and Ilia Topuria to both retain their titles at UFC 317. That's all I got for UFC. Make sure y'all tune in this Saturday. Like I said, we got boxing, Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. We got Holly Holmes making her boxing debut after years. And we have Deontay Wilder returning. Hopefully he gets the knockout. And then we got 2 titles on the line for UFC 317. Like, share, and subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest UFC and boxing